Welcome back, YouTubers.
Hi, YouTube.
And I'm hoping we have some new subscribers from the Daily Dish. So welcome. Today, though, we're going to make ravioli.
Oh, great.
Yeah, now this isn't just any ravioli. This is ravioli that my sister and I won first place in the Harmon's Mystery Box Theater.
Theater, huh?
Mm-hmm. So this isn't just any ravioli. This is the ravioli that my sister and I won first place in our very first Harmon's Mystery Box competition. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of funny stories about this because it was our first joint competition and we were really nervous. And as we're making the ravioli, I look at my sister and I say, Kathy, I don't remember how to make ravioli. And she doesn't even respond, but she's over there making homemade ricotta cheese. So there's judges watching us and they laugh. And I'm like, of course I know how to make ravioli, right? Of course I do. So I go ahead and I make the ravioli, and after we're all done, I turned to my sister and I said, why didn't you help me when I told you I didn't know how to do it? And she said, I didn't even hear you because I was worried that I didn't know how to make ricotta cheese. So it turns out we both knew how to make those things. It's just the excitement of that competition got to us. And then the other part of this that was really funny is that when we were all done and we won, we looked at each other with the best expression you've ever seen on our faces because we were shocked. And my brain must not have been engaged because I said something along the lines of, I can't believe it because we wouldn't even serve this to our family. So the point though is that making ravioli is fun and you guys can do it. So let me show you. This was featured on the Daily Dish and again, it won at the State Fair. I've made a couple of changes just over the years, but let's do it. Okay. On a previous video, we made pasta with pesto sauce. So we're gonna put that in the comments, that link to that video. Now what we're gonna do though is we're gonna make a filling for ravioli. The cool thing about ravioli is that you can really put anything in it that you want. It's totally up to you. In this case though, for the winner of the fair competition and kind of to tie back to our appearance on the Daily Dish, this is the filling that I made that won the fair competition. So I've taken cooked chicken and all I did was I just cooked it up in the pan. I added some garlic and some Italian seasoning. And then I just grounded it up a little bit so that it's gonna fit better into the ravioli mix. Now I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese because we like mozzarella cheese a lot. And in the fair competition itself, my sister made homemade ricotta. I'm not doing that. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm actually using Gossner's cheese. Again, it's a local company. It's up in Logan. We'd love to buy and use local. And I'm just gonna add that to my mixture here. Okay, so I'm just gonna add, probably, here's the problem, right? When you're making this, I don't necessarily measure. So I'm gonna add about that much. But you know, when you watch anything as far as cooking competitions or anything like that, one of the things that you see is taste, taste, taste. This is really gonna be true with the filling for your ravioli. The chicken though should be like all the way cooked, by the way. What we're gonna do when we cook the ravioli is so fast that it won't cook anything. So it has to be all the way done. I'm just gonna use a little bullet here. I usually use my mini mixer thing, but I left part of it at home, so we're gonna just try this. And if this doesn't work, we'll go to a food processor. I just tasted this, and it was pretty good, but I think it needed a touch of acid. So I went ahead and added a little bit of lemon juice, and then I definitely needed salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna do a couple of great little chew-chews of that. I don't know what chew-chews are, but you can figure it out. And again, that's why you're gonna taste, right? Taste, taste, taste. If I knew that everybody loved spice, I would probably put a little red pepper in here. I did that at the fair because that was one of the things in the basket. Okay, I'm just gonna stir that up one last time. I'm gonna put it aside for a second while we are getting the ravioli made. I know, again, the dough is the exact same dough that we presented a couple weeks ago, but I'm gonna just show you a different way for me rolling this out. You can roll it out however you want, and I'm really gonna tell you, do not let the fact that you don't have a fancy machine stop you from making dough. I know a lot of people roll this out by hand. I actually did a ravioli making class for some of my girlfriends. One woman in particular, she didn't even want to try the machine. She just wanted to do it herself. And for her, rolling it out by hand was kind of like therapy. I do not have a KitchenAid mixer. Now, KitchenAid, if you want to give me one, hit me up. I'd be happy to show it off. But I do have this pasta roller. I love this. It came from Italy. I got it as a present. And it has a manual crank on it, which works really well. But I've invested in a motor so that it's a little bit faster. So I'm gonna just show you how this is used for a second. Right. So let me show you how this works with the motor. So just like before, I'm starting on 0, but I'm gonna show you a trick that works with this and actually your KitchenAid. So if you're not hand rolling, it's gonna work. I just need to make it a little bit longer first. So hold on. My trick, right? Because I'm having to do everything, pull it out, pull it in, move things around. The trick is I'm going to actually attach the dough to itself. So as it's running through, it's going to do this continuously for me. So again, I wanted to tell you what I'm doing without the machine running, just so you can see it or hear it and then see it. So here we go. Wish me luck. One of the advantages, you see, now I'm not trying to deal with this big old long thing of pasta. You guys seen it everywhere, but now it's just gonna it's just taking care of itself, and I like that. Okay, look at that. Beautiful, 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 easy, easy. Now I'm gonna just cut this with a pair of scissors, and then we're gonna make the ravioli. Okay, I just cut the dough, and I do have to run it through, of course, to get it all the way out. Okay, voila! Now we get to do the really fun stuff, which is make the ravioli. I'm using a ravioli mold. Okay, I'm going to flour my mold. Now, if you watch the Daily Dish, when I did this, I talked about at the state fair, I forgot to do this. It's not catastrophic if you forget, but there's a good chance that your dough will stick. If you are rolling by hand, right, it's not as big of a deal. You just have to make sure it doesn't stick to or if you're gonna make the ravioli by hand, you just need to make sure that it's not gonna stick to itself. Okay. With my mold, all I have to do now is I just have to press it in a little bit, and it's going to give me these nice little indents. If I'm doing this by hand, I'm going to just roll it out, and I'm going to put my ravioli right on the dough and then just cut around it. I actually was at dinner the other night, and the woman was talking about how when she was growing up, she did that for her Nona. And because she was the one cutting it as a little girl, it went all wacky. And that's, that's kind of the fun thing, right? You can do this with your kids, and if your cuts aren't perfect, who cares, right? If the kids are having fun, who cares? I'm doing a quick egg wash, though. That's gonna help the top layer stay. That's something that you don't want to forget to do. And now I am going to just stuff my little ravioli holes. I didn't bring this today, but one of the slickest tricks I think Kathy has ever come up with, and I've talked about Kathy a few times now, so is you can do this using a pastry bag, and it's just really nice because it squirt, 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 and it goes really fast. Okay, I'm gonna rinse and then we're gonna finish these up. Okay, I'm just gonna fold this on over. That's why you do want a nice long piece of dough when you do this. And then we're gonna take a roller and we're gonna just roll this out. So you can see I'm just using my dough roller here, just a handy dandy rolling pin that everybody has. And I am just gonna roll this out and make billowy pockets of amazingness. And you can just pop these right out of the mold. Beautiful, beautiful, and this should have come off easier, but it didn't. But you can see it's just beautiful billows of dough with a wonderful filling in it. I'm gonna just, it didn't cut quite as well as I wanted it to, so I'm just gonna roll for a second. Plop these in a pan of boiling water. We have found that we like about 7 minutes. If you like it more al dente, then you can go ahead and do it for about 6 minutes. So while these are boiling, I want to just show you a quick sauce that I put on them. Again, this was the sauce I used at the fair. And you know, one thing I like about this particular sauce is just a lemon butter sauce. Not all Italian food has to be heavy. It doesn't always have to be, you know, meat. It doesn't always have to be red sauce. You really can do a lot of fun things from an Italian perspective that's light and easy. As a matter of fact, most people forget Italy is a peninsula. So, you know, we're gonna be doing some more fish dishes around this too, because there's a lot of fish in Italy. Okay, let's go ahead and make the sauce. All right, so this is such an easy sauce, partially because we just didn't have much at the fair. So all I'm doing is melting a cube of butter. And then I'm gonna just squeeze a lemon right into the butter. I love, love, love the taste of lemon. How about you?
Lemon's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh. So I've even added as much as 1.5 lemons, just because I love lemons so much. But today we have 1, so we use what we have. And then I'm just going to start to brown that butter. You know, when we talk about brown butter, if you let it go long enough that it just doesn't burn, goodness gracious, but it starts to turn a little brown and it's a little bit nutty, you're gonna see that the butter actually has a different flavor, and I absolutely love it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of Parmesan and Romano cheese. Okay, I'm gonna taste this, but I can tell by the smell it's gonna be delicious, and then we're going to plate and serve. AJ, are you ready to taste?
Yeah, I'm ready to dig in. I'm hungry.
Okay, let's go.
I love ravioli. I love pesto.
These are so good, and the lemon. Guys, make this, subscribe, set up notifications every Thursday, and you know what? Taste, savor, and enjoy.
See you next week. Bye.